everyone. Welcome, Wayward Gamers, to the Emporium. Here at the Emporium for the Wayward Gamers, as we say. I am Jay, also known as Neophet3 on the socials. I am your GM, your host, your person of fun for this evening. And we are going to dive into a whole bunch of stuff tonight. We've got lots to share. But before we do that, we are going to go around the table and introduce our wonderful and talented players. And we're going to start off because they are, you know what? Who wants to start off? There's so many ways to go.
I will. I'm Jim. I'm Hawkbear1. That's it. Okay, Joshua, your turn.
I'm Jim. Jim is me.
I'm Jim. I'm done.
That was Jim. I'm Joshua. I play Talako, the guest druid who's here to hang out and try to find a circle and hanging out with his homeboy Goblin. So I'll pass it off to Robo.
It's me, Robo Goblin. You can find me at TTRP Games on Twitter. It still exists. And Hive. And that me. And who's next?
Me. I'm the last one left.
Yeah,
My name is
that's
Carrie,
great.
and I play Bryn. And I am excited for what we have in store tonight. The guys are giving me a heck of a time about something that I don't know, which could be one of a gajillion things. So who knows? Let's go.
It's just knowledge that, does Bryn find out tonight or not? That's the question.
Yeah.
That's the
What
question. And will I know if I don't find out?
That is another question.
That's the real question.
I think Carrie actually already knows. You just don't know what we're talking about because we're being subtle about it.
Yes.
But we'll find out. We'll find out.
Subtle is a fine word to use. I literally came in and they're like, oh, and Bryn doesn't know. And I'm like, what doesn't Bryn know? And they're like, well, maybe you'll find out. And that was about how that conversation ended.
Those
So
wonderful spoilers that we throw in there. A few notes that we want to throw out there, and we're going to throw them out early instead of the end because a lot of people will watch us now, and by the time they're going to drift off to some other and watch us finish us on the VODs, which is totally okay. But we want to get into a few things. Today is going to be most likely our mid-season holiday or mid-season finale / holiday break episode, which our wonderful guests of Joshua and RoboGoblin will be departing. This will be their last episode for now. Not forever, because there is so much in the future for them to come back to. So we will be looking forward to that as well. Additionally, we are going to be changing our format a little bit differently when we come back next year in January. We are going to be changing to some pre-recordings, and Jeff will be back in the next episodes next year. So that's one of those things why we're going to be doing a little bit of a change and why we're kind of heading the mid-season holiday or finale right now, or break. So that's why we're hitting it now, because next into 2023, Jeff will be returning, and we're going to be getting into some juicy storylines at that time as well. And again, open invitations, because there's going to be some storyline weaving back. So these faces you see here will be back, hopefully, if schedules align. Also, we want to give two real quick shout outs to our affiliates here at Talon and Claw, our friends, and at Talon and Claw. They do wonderful woodworking, just dice boxes, DM screens. It is all. And if you go to, as I'm trying to put this in, because and it's not being very successful because I'm doing multiple things like that. But if you go to their Etsy page, you hit there and you go hit on Dragon Daddy, you will get a 10% discount on your purchase. Also,
I always hit on Dragon Daddies, Jay.
yes, Bryn does.
Couldn't help myself. Let's go.
Open that door.
That's why Glassstock's going to have to go on a ship now.
Hide, Jim. Hide from the cringe.
Yep. Glassstock is going to be going on a ship because of it. Also, we wanted to touch base on our wonderful friends at Smuggler's Coffee. They also are affiliates with us, and we want to say thank you very much to them, and go check out their website. And they are, because, hey, look at that. Go to the web, check them out, and They got some delicious D&D themed coffee. Now, with that being said, recap real quick is that they've just defeated the skeletal alchemist that they found in the haunted house. They made, I wouldn't say friends, but they made what would you say, more acquaintances with some smugglers that were working out of the caves of the haunted house, and they had a job to deliver, which they ran into an old familiar early friend, Lido, our Lando Calrissian of smugglers in D&D.
I'm so glad that we're all just embracing fake Lando.
Yeah, fake Lando.
I'm so
Fando.
glad.
AKA
Fando,
Dragon
yes.
Daddy.
Dragon Daddy.
Robo hit it on the nose.
Yep.
Fando.
Go check out the episode when we came up with that one. It was so hilariously funny how we came up with that one. But you met the early version, which again, now you're thinking the younger version is 100 years young, and he didn't look that old when, so something might be going on there, which for, maybe next year, something might come up about that. Who knows?
I mean, he's younger. We're in the past.
Yeah.
Right.
But 100 years.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. What's up with him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was looking human, but who knows? Another onion to peel back later on. But we left our adventurers as they went up to Hendrik Copperlock, the dwarven wizard that part of that Bryn and Glassdock met in the city 100 years in the future. And they're about to go and talk to him because there was some information from a letter that Avero sent about that he might know where Avero might be. But just before going and knocking on the door, there was a familiar voice that Glassdock heard, his uncle, talking to Hendrik. And then the magical sounds, the magical arcane magic sounds and words, and poof. And then nothing, like as if a spell was cast and maybe transported him away. And we pick up as the sound goes away. And just before as you're standing right there, bing, a letter pops up.
Who's
in front of whom?
Well, if I recall, we are at number 7.
I have the odd ones.
We have number 7.
I think they're both a little odd, just to be fair.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Group 7.
For those that missed, we haven't seen a letter in a while. These are letters that they found that Avero has been writing for a long time now.
Very nice wax seal again with the A for Avero that I'm going to save
Jim,
forever.
you want to get 8 ready.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You got some rapid fire. Oh my God. It's a letter within a letter. This is like, wow. And it's a different A and different colored wax. Oh my. Okay.
Please read it out loud.
I will. The Church of the Purple Sheep is on to me. This message will self-destruct 5 seconds after it is read. And Bryn would throw it. She would throw it away.
So as Bryn throws it to the ground, suddenly, 3, 2, bing! Number 8 pops up.
Oh, God.
3, 2, 1. Nothing happens.
Of course not.
God damn it. I kind of like...
Calico looks at Bryn and just like raises an eyebrow, and he'll go over and he'll pick it up and he'll stash it in his jacket with the rest of the letters.
That is such a bad idea.
We're going to time out for a second. Calico picks up the letter?
Calico, no. You don't want to do that. It's like when kids light off fireworks and then the wick goes in and Bryn would want to, like, as he's approaching it, be like, no, He's very capable. He just kind of gets things just a little off sometimes. It could be 10 seconds or 15. I'd leave it where it is.
Backs off. I'm like, oh, okay.
Without saying a word, Glassstock walks up to the other letter and
No, please, because there's an audio. You actually hear Aviro's words come to everyone. So what does the letter say?
He says, in the event the last note did not self-destruct, please burn it.
And the last note did not self-destruct after 10, 15, 20 seconds. And you're just standing there with the note on the ground and one in front of you.
Calico, I take it back. Yep.
Yeah. He conjures up produce flame and just flicks it at the letter just to burn it.
And it burns up. Carrie, you will need to burn number 7 at an appropriate time later in the future.
I will actually burn that note and I will text all of you guys a video. So okay, this is a really dorky thing I do, and I'm gonna confess it here on the stream. When I do a new character sheet, because I do physical character sheets, when I like level up and need to get rid of the old one, I don't just throw it away. I wait until I have a bonfire, and it's a ceremony. So it's a superstition thing that I do. So
awesome.
Yeah.
It's like burning or retiring an American flag.
Yeah, it's exactly the solemnness of it, like you do.
So now you're still standing there, and suddenly you hear, and this dwarf steps out. Who's that? What you doing on my step? And you see Hendrik standing there.
You were lighting off fireworks, and I would kind of give Calico a look.
You're burning something out here. You're making quite a bit of noise. What can I
Sorry.
do for you? Who are you?
Yeah, we understand, and I'm making sure Jay he can't see my axe because I don't want him to recognize the fact that I'm related to my uncle.
Uh-oh.
So
Why don't you want him to know that?
Did you tell us that?
Yes. His uncle was standing presumably with Henrik right before we got there. We heard his voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but I got the axe from Henrik in the future. So that's the thing is Henrik knows my family, and I don't want him to realize that this is an older version of Glassstock because he knows me as a kid.
As a very, very small boy, right? And actually, you're not even born yet.
Oh yeah, probably
You're not
not.
born
'Cause I'm
yet.
only
No,
like
yeah,
70 or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I don't want him to see the axe because the axe is from my uncle.
So how are you hiding this axe?
It's just strapped to my back right now, so it's not like I'm holding it in my hand.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay, that's fine. So he's got and Hendrik, as you know, it's definitely different. I mean, he's younger. I mean, he's 100 years younger, which when he was really old, he was getting a little on the senile because he was 400 plus years old as a dwarf. And so now, so he's a good middle-aged, a little bit higher than middle age, but he's a little slowed, but his faculties are definitely more sharp. And he's kind of looking all at you like, clearly there's something you're here for. Who are you?
Yeah, we're looking for a friend of ours, and my understanding is, based on some people that we've asked in town, that you may be able to help us find him.
By magic?
If
that might cost you a little bit.
That's not going to be a problem.
Who are you looking for then?
We're looking for.
Oh my God! And he looks at Goblin because he just realizes Goblin's standing there. Oh my gosh!
I'm thinking, oh shit, he knows who I am.
Wow! Oh my!
Hello.
Hello to you too, sir.
This
wow!
is my favorite NPC.
My name is Goblin.
Well, nice to meet you, Goblin. I'm Hendrik Copperlock. And he's looking up at. If I'm not mistaken, you're one of those war forges or forges. Species?
I'm a forge. Yes.
I've heard about you. I've never seen one of you before. Wow. Come on in. Come on in. Let me get in.
Okay.
And he kind of opens the door and he's getting inside.
Goblin's all excited.
You
Yeah, I'm
remind
real
me so
excited.
much of that dude in the Wizard of Oz. It's like, yes. Perfect. I love him.
And as you all kind of coming in, you walk in and it's crowded. You're kind of in a living room area, and it's a small house. So I mean, it's the living room's a little bit on the smaller side. There's shelves of books all around. There's like multiple tables and the desks with a whole bunch of trinkets and everything else, potions, and it opens up to another room where there's a small kitchen, there's a small bedroom, and there's another reading area, and there's the stairs that kind of go upstairs to a bedroom. And this is a sitting area, and there's definitely things. I need everyone to give me a perception check. And we're going to do this as a twofold perception check.
Twofold?
Twofold. Because depending on what you roll, I'm going to be using... I've got two separate DCs that are going to be used on the same roll.
I only got a 10.
10?
11.
Glassstock got an
19.
11. 19?
19.
19 got it for Goblin. Okay. So as you kind of come in, he's like, oh, come on. And he's kind of moving some stuff around. And, well, as a good host, I should offer you a tea, but do you drink tea? As he's looking at Goblin.
I do not.
Oh.
I believe my friends do drink tea.
All right. Well, make yourself don't touch anything, but I'll be right back.
I imagine as he says, don't touch anything, it's because Bryn was like getting ready to like poke something up on a shelf, and she like instantly puts her hands in her pockets.
Talico and Goblin, you notice in the center of the room, although there's carpet, there's arcane rune signs in a circle in the center of this room. And it looks if you'd like to make an Arcana check, you can.
Can I ask this person about it?
Yes, you definitely can.
Okay. So Goblin is just gonna stand there and put himself in the middle and look to the sigils and everything. And what is this?
He's kind of
Talico got a 16.
okay. This is a teleportation circle.
Ooh.
And you're pretty sure the chair was moved. So it's instead of like normally you have just two chairs that are sitting close to each other, kind of across from each other. One of the chairs has been moved, and the circle is centered around where that chair would be. So you almost would deduce that it is a teleportation circle and almost escape route cert.
Oh, nice.
If he needed to go.
Well, while he's off getting tea, I'll share with Goblin, like I see Goblin walk to the middle of that, and I go, it's a teleportation circle. The communities will use it to quickly get from one town to another very quickly to avoid the adverse travel. Usually they're not in private homes, though. That's very strange.
Where are they usually?
Usually in a kind of like a public hall or a travelers guild or that sort of thing. They're not only either rich or powerful casters typically have their own private circle that they can teleport to. Because if one of us could teleport, we could copy these runes down and be able to teleport directly here.
And Bryn remembers that one room at the Harpers that she was not allowed to go into, and she goes, "Oh."
And Bryn and Glassstock, you don't remember this circle being here in the future.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that would kind of stick out.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does not, and it is a little bit concealed. Like the carpet kind of conceals it a little bit, but it's definitely one of those things where, like I said, because it just finished, there's a little bit of that faint light from the runes kind of dissipating, and that's why you're able to notice it. And he's like, "So, we got Goblin. What? Who else are? What's your names out there?" He kind of sticks his head. "Do you want honey or milk with your tea?"
Bryn, and honey, please.
All right.
Bryn and honey.
Bryn and honey, please. He asked 2 questions and I answered them. I'm being concise.
I'll just take mine. Plain,
Great.
straight.
Okay.
Talico of the Druids, well, hopefully soon to be of the Druidic Circle. Honey, please.
Oh, okay. And after a few more minutes, he kind of comes out and sets the thing on there and kind of moves the chair and he kind of there's just enough like small tables and like sitting that each of you have like a stool and like one who takes the big armchair, and there's like several other small little stools.
I would want to sit on a stool with like my back to a wall
Okay.
and like kind of just take in this space and all the gadgets and gizmos and whatnots. And all
I would
that.
assume because of his size, we should probably give Goblin the bigger chair.
Okay. So he's kind of sitting
That would
there.
be
and
my thing to
Agreed.
do.
Plus, he seems a little fascinated with goblins.
this-
So yeah,
Right? The place of honor.
And he kind of comes back and he's like, "Alrighty then. I must say something though." And he's looking at you, Glassdock. A little rude not to acknowledge yourself or clan when meeting someone of a dwarven persuasion. So there may be a reason for that, I can only assume.
Oh, I apologize. You were just so involved in speaking with my friend Goblin here. I didn't want to seem rude and interrupt in the, tete-a-tete the two of you were having.
Oh, so I introduced and you are?
I'm Rodkin Bloodkin.
Rodkin Bloodkin, huh?
That is his name.
I need a deception check, please.
Can I aid somehow? Because I am totally on board with Bloodkin Red Blood or whatever the fuck he said.
Goblin just slowly turns into a blaster.
18.
18. He kind of looks at you.
Smiling in the corner.
Bloodkin, huh? I'm not familiar with that clan. He's kind of looking at you going, Interesting. And he's studying your face for a second. He's like, you look like someone I know. You're not related. Your clan isn't any cross with the Steel Cloaks, are there?
Oh, I believe the Steel Cloaks, my mother comes from that's.
Oh,
clan.
yeah, you've got some of the features of several friends of mine.
Oh,
Okay.
several friends of yours?
Yeah, I know the Steel Cloaks pretty well. So.
Okay.
But all right, and over the course of the conversation, so you're looking for someone, huh? Who might you be looking for?
Yeah, we're looking for an elven wizard by the name of Vero Starborn.
An elven wizard?
Yes, you would know him if you saw him. He's skinny, he's young, and he's very fastidious.
And scared of everything.
Really?
And he's wearing a pointy wizard hat. Like the most wizard hat you could possibly imagine.
The name sounds familiar, but who you're describing doesn't.
Well, what does your Aviro Starborn look like?
Well, I don't know if he's Starborn, but there's what I've known an Aviro. He also goes by the Hermit.
Oh,
and he's
Now,
dirty.
wait. Does Goblin actually make that
Actually,
noise?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yes.
I imagine though, it's a little bit more mechanical. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Not so much emotion, but oh,
wow, oh,
Yeah.
and his face for just a second goes green and then
Yeah.
back to blue.
Yeah.
It's like connection created.
Yeah, he's dirty. It wouldn't kill him to throw a precipitation on him a few times. Smelly, all completely dirty. Doesn't bathe, just ratty clothes.
Glassstock leans over to Bryn. I don't think we're talking about the same
That
Avira.
is not him at all. Unless he has really become a master of disguise. I think we're talking about two different people.
Yeah, but
I mean,
let's hear what he
he's-
has to say.
I haven't seen him in a few months. He would come for some scrolls and stuff, things like
And
that.
stuff.
But
What kind of scrolls?
what was it?
Did he talk a lot?
Well, he started talking a little bit, but then was very quiet. I only saw him a handful of times.
How old did he look? About
Oh, young, but dirty. Definitely dirty. Smelled awful. He was shacking up over in the Grove.
I don't know.
The,
And I would
the
kind of
tower over in the Grove.
I would lean over to Glassstock and be like, I don't know. If Avira got really focused on something, he
Well,
might just forget to bathe.
well, yeah, and if he's trying to lay low, he may, improvise. So, wait, did you say
What did
a
you say?
tower? Wait.
I believe we're both like talking, and then I was like, wait.
There's a stone tower in the cottage with the gnome druid that runs the Grove just north of here or east of here.
And at tower, that's when Glassstock turns and looks at Halako and Goblin, and could it be the same tower?
Sure, it could be.
Calico nods and he points east, like, oh yeah, I know exactly what tower he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Goblin slowly raises his hand.
Yes, what?
Yes, Mr. Goblin.
Do you, by any chance, know
That's Sergeant
two
Mr. Goblin.
gnomes? They're forest gnomes, and they're really small. And one of them is called Lupina, and the other one is called Hiko.
And at this moment, he looks over on the shelf. And Goblin, your eyes trek over to the shelf, and what you see is a small metallic bird with the symbol of your parents that they mark with all of their creations.
You can't see my actual face right now, but I'm having a lot of emotion. And I just
And
Goblin
he's like,
just
well, funny that you, yeah, I've heard of, I know of them. I met them a while back, and he kind of looked. I purchased that metal bird from them, that trinket from them, a little while. Where's it? And they were looking for it was about a year ago, if I recall. It was a couple of gnomes. Yep, by that name. It was in the city of Burle, Burle, which is north of here. It was about a year ago in the market I met them, if I'm remembering. And we exchanged some magical components they were looking for. I was able to get this item for pretty discounted. And then I shipped them some more magical components they were looking for a few weeks later. I think I've got an address somewhere around here.
while he's looking at that, Goblin's just gonna stand up and go directly to the figurine. And may I?
Oh, yeah, go ahead, yeah.
And I just inspect it to see if it's actually one of my parents.
It is.
Oh
It
my
is.
god.
Okay.
I would ask real quick. I'm like, how much did you pay for that little good gizmo?
A few gold plus some magical components. They were trying to build something. I think your parents were in trouble because they're gathering some stuff, and they seemed like they were working for someone.
When was this?
It was about a year ago, little less than a year ago.
And when you saw them, they look okay.
They looked healthy, but I mean, they didn't look abused or anything like that. But they were definitely, how's the word to show it? They were not. They were scared a little bit, like they were trying to get this under the table. Because when I sent it to them, I sent it to a kind of a secret address so that they could get it.
Goblin slowly starts turning yellow,
Oh,
and he turns to Talako and Talako, I need to go to my parents.
We can leave later today. If you have that address, it would be greatly appreciated.
It's gonna take me a few hours to figure out where I put it, but if you come back at dinner time, I'll have it for you then, and I'll get you the address. Nope, I just need to take some time to kind of look around here and figure out where I put that.
Bryn would pull out a little pouch and be like, "Would you take 20 gold for that gizmo? That bird that my
Bryn,
friend over there seems to be so interested in."
Bryn, that's not necessary.
I just kind of put up my hand. Would you take 20 gold?
I think 20 gold will be good.
Bryn would drop the little pouch on the table and be like, "Goblin, you can take that with you."
He turns blue again, like super quick.
Wow.
Thank you, Bryn.
And suddenly he gets a little bit inquisitive, and he looks at Glassdock for a second.
That's Ropkin. You know, it's not Glassdock.
Excuse me,
Yes.
that's
That's
blood
DM
face
talking.
bloody to
That's
you.
DM talking. Rat's blood.
Maxwell Bloodface.
One more thing though. You what you carrying there, young man?
That
axe of yours. It's
Oh,
very
it's-
intriguing.
just axe my father gave me.
Oh.
Calico's going to walk up as this attention's starting to come to the axe.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to walk up and go, it's seen a little bit of use as of late, and he's going to put his hand on it and cause the wood. He's going to try to be subtle and stealth about it, but he's going to use Druidcraft to cause the wood to start to spread out and cause a different, try to cover up whatever etchings are on it, and cause the wood to look like it's an intentional pattern, like antlers or something growing out.
It's a magic axe, though.
Yeah, it's a magic axe.
I don't know if it's going to work or not. That's what I'm going to try to do.
What spell are you using again?
Druidcraft. It's the druid cantrip equivalent to prestidigitation, but it lets you manipulate usually just flowers and blooming, like non-magical things.
And trying to adjust because you're trying to affect the wood and changing the wood. It's gonna fail. Like a normal illusionary would be fine, I think, but because you're trying to manipulate the wood for a second, it fails because it's a magical item. And he kind of comes back and goes, I would like to talk to your dad sometime. I was thinking about creating something just like that. And he kind of grabs over and he looks, and you can see him actually crafting. He's in the process of crafting this axe.
Oh,
and
okay.
Because I'm like, this is I'm stumped on something, so I'm interested to see that magical symbol right there. Oh, yeah, that might be. And he's like, interesting. Yeah, you're. I'm very intrigued. If talk, because I got something ideas just very, very similar to that one.
Mm.
Very, very similar.
As intriguing as my friend's weapon is,
Mm-hmm.
if you could make my other friend's parents' address a priority.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, it's give me a few hours. It's almost noon right now, and so it's like it's gonna take me a few hours, and come back before dinner. Come back before dinner, and I'll have the address for you. But yeah, your elf friend, I'm just Avero, or he goes by Avero. When I first met him, he called himself Avero, but then he started calling himself the Hermit. And but like I said, I haven't seen him for a few months now. But he's last time I saw him, like I heard he was over in the Grove. So I don't know, you might want to check there.
We shall. We
Okay.
thank you for your time. You know.
All right.
Thank you.
And thank you for the tea as well.
Yes.
You're welcome. Yep.
And Goblin's just gonna say, if you need any help to anything like dinner or anything, just let me know.
Thank you for your offer. I'll consider it.
Thank you.
And he kind of shuts the door, and you hear a click, click, click.
Well,
Oh.
at least it gives us a place to start.
Yeah.
The tower is just across the river. We can start heading that direction. It's not that far away.
Yes. It'll be a short errand, I'm sure, and nothing can go wrong. And then we'll come back and we'll get the address for Goblin's parents.
You
Mission
betcha.
accomplished.
Now, how are you wanting to get? Because you are right here at number 10. The Grove is number 11. And are you going to try to way across the river here, or you're going to go all the way around the bridge?
How wide is that river?
It's fairly wide right now.
Hmm.
They're about to start building a bridge soon. Bridge hasn't started yet. But Bryn and Glassstock,
Yeah.
in the future, there's a bridge there.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Crap.
I mean, I think we have a little bit of time. I think we should just walk and
Yeah.
take the bridge.
Yeah, we'll just
So you walk around through the city. The village is kind of going. I mean, there's people in the markets there.
Pretty.
It's jovial. There's a little bit of a good harvest of catch that kind of came in. So I mean, it's a little bit of an upbeat. And as you're making your way, you're noticing.
Are there street performers?
No, there are no.
God, I
street
hope
performers.
not.
Would you like to perform, Bryn?
musicians? I meant like musicians, not jugglers. We've had our
Yeah, we had an
fill of
issue
them.
with some jugglers.
Okay.
The one thing, though, I will say, as you make your way, number 3, about right here, as you're making your way, number 3, you see in the distance, and you can hear chanting, and individuals wearing purple tunics.
God.
And they're holding a purple sheep as they're walking around talking.
Nope.
May the world protect you.
Oh, is that a sheep?
Ba,
It might be a sheep. It might be the fake sheep.
Bryn pulls
it's
up a
not-
hood. Bryn
it's
pulls up
not-
a hood.
It's not worth getting distracted by Goblin. They're not good people.
But I've never seen a purple sheep.
Let's stay on task. We'll have to walk by here a couple of times, and if they're still out here, we can stop by and look at the purple sheep and see if it's the real sheep or the fake sheep.
Okay.
I've heard it's just a normal sheep that they dye purple, Goblin. That's the rumor.
Oh.
There's several different sheep, and one of them is not a sheep. It's not an animal. I don't know what it is, but it's not a sheep.
Ooh.
Wait, what? Oh man.
What could it be?
I don't
That
know.
was Robo Goblin.
I would lean to Talico and I'd be like, you are not making this less interesting for him. The less interesting it is, the less he will want to know.
The very obvious realization on his face. Right. No, I'm sorry. I'm in my own
Boring.
head. It's a boring sheep. I can summon a purple sheep for you later.
I
Yeah.
would like that.
He can become a purple
Yeah.
sheep.
I can become a purple sheep. I would
No,
love that.
I
No,
can become a
Calico
purple
can.
sheep.
Oh, you
And
can
show
become.
you.
Yeah, let's get to the woods. Let's not do it in the middle of town. Let's get to the woods and I'll
let's-
show you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after about a half hour of making your way, you're getting in, and there's this thick grove, and there's a small lake in the center, but there's a thick grove as you're making your way. What are you doing when you get to this grove? I mean, it's large, and Bryn and Glassstock, for some reason, this area seems slightly familiar, as if this road one day may have lots and lots of built up, and there was maybe an embassy in this area, and the
Oh.
grove
Okay.
was here. The grove is there in in the city, but it's a little bit smaller,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and this whole area is all developed.
Wow. So,
Does this look like the
Yeah.
wood in the library?
oh my God. Oh no. Does this look like oak? Rich mahogany?
It could be.
Oh God.
Go.
We should
I
start
don't-
putting up signs. Never cut down this forest. Oh Lord. Well, we start looking for this tower, I assume, right?
Who wants to give me a?
the-
Go ahead.
The tower's on the north side, and I like on his walking stick. You can see that the bird on the top of the walking stick has reappeared overnight.
Ooh.
And he goes, "I'll send ahead just to make sure that there's no trouble. But it's on the north side. If we want to walk around and try to come from that side, it'll be less growth to deal with."
Because you know the area, yeah, you've seen this. So yeah, it's going to take you a little while to get there, but you go through the woods and there's a grove and you hear crickets and some frogs and there's
nice.
and you get to, and as you're getting closer, you see this 2-story stone tower with vines all around it, and it's like I said, there's a 2-story, and there's a doorway, like living area in the first floor, and there's some stairs that kind of comes up to a doorway on the second floor, and in between all these vines, Glassstock and Bryn, it looks exactly like a Vero's towers that he would create.
Yes. Oh my
Remember when
God.
he was off and you were
Yes.
doing your sleeping time and you started
Yes.
so excited about creating those towers?
Yes.
This looks like his tower, but it's a permanent fixture as the vines are starting to grow around it.
Well, wasn't there a thing too, like if you cast it this like every day for a year, it became permanent or something like that?
Yeah.
Been here for enough time, I suppose. And I
A
would look over
long time.
at Glassstock and be like, that's his tower, right?
It looks like it.
What do we do? Knock?
I
What you do in a proper society, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bryn
I
would
don't-
walk up to the door and give old Shaven a haircut.
On the first floor door,
Yep.
okay, you hear this knock knock, and you hear some kind of scuffling around, and the door kind of opens, and you see this gnome female with red hair in druidic, like weaved leaves, clothing, and stuff like that, carrying. Yes, can I help you?
Yes. We were actually we were looking for a friend here, but you're not a friend. We were also wondering about your tower here. The architecture is beautiful. How did you come to live here?
Well, I've recently moved. I've been here for a while. This is my grove. Someone decided to create the tower, and with arrangement, I lived here, and I've been living here since.
Do you happen to know who created
The
tower?
hermit. Bless his
Mhm.
soul.
What?
Do you know where the hermit is?
I haven't seen him for many months, and if the rumors are true, he passed away recently.
And Bryn would look concerned at Glasstalk.
Passed away how?
Well, there was a rumor of bugbears in the mine. He was found on the way outside of town, and
Oh,
he was buried.
God damn it, Jay.
Every
I
time
think I
Goblin
broke
makes a
Robo.
noise-
I broke Robo.
No,
Every
it just-
time-
it all makes
Goblin
sense.
face-
Sorry.
Every time
Goblins.
Goblin makes a noise, Glasstalk turns and looks at him to see what color he is.
Face is
And
green.
she's like, but I mean, the hermit. Yeah, he was a dirty elf. I wish he would clean himself, but he was just that's the hermit. You know, he just. But that's what they said. I haven't seen it, so I can't confirm. But my knowledge, he passed away not too long ago. Within the last week, I hear rumor saying he died.
How did the rumor get started? Did anybody find a body, or did he just go missing?
I think they buried someone in the cemetery.
There was another person who was being buried yesterday. Whenever we
Actually, it was this morning.
or this
Remember
morning, yeah.
the one of the
That's
guys
right.
was saying that they had to bury
Oh,
an
they had to already
unknown,
bury that.
and they buried the hermit, the unknown.
Damn it.
Hmm. Does Goblin seem agitated?
Probably a little bit.
Is Goblin blinking green?
No.
Damn it.
Why?
I was just wondering if Goblin is reacting in an agitated manner, we could ask why he is making these connections. Or if he's
That
making
was
any more
Robo
connections
Goblin,
than us.
not Goblin.
Gotcha. Well, I can't tell. I don't know where Robo Goblin ends and Goblin begins. Okay.
Sorry, I can't be of more help, but
Do you know when the hermit moved out of the tower? Do you know where he went to stay?
well, he didn't necessarily move out of the tower. He just didn't come back. It's been several months, and he's not here. He just
Right.
never came back.
Okay,
Is-
but he said you could stay here.
Oh yeah, I've been living with him for about a year. I don't deal with anything with his space upstairs is his, and I'm down here, and he was gracious enough to allow me to live here in my grove. So
So you haven't touched any of his stuff.
I can't get in there, and I wouldn't either.
Would you mind so I feel like the cat's out of the bag. We are friends of the hermit. All
Oh.
but family. Would you mind if we took a look through his space?
You could try, but I'll tell you right now, it's pretty well secured. Someone tried it, and they got zapped.
That
Like-
sounds like him.
He trapped it and sealed it up. Like, you can't get in. He was very adamant that no one get in except him. And he made very, very clear that he took all those precautions. He was very secretive.
Think those traps still stay up if he's dead?
Oh, yeah. I can sense. And she kind of
Oh,
takes a
yeah.
look up, and as she waves her wand, you can see arcane symbols start going all around
Wow.
the thing. And then she kind of looks over at you, Talico. You're Talico, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, yes. The island druid, the Oak Island druids were talking about you the other day. You've got some good you've made some good impression on them.
That's good. I desire to join the community and watch the young space of Saltmarsh grow
Yes,
into
yes.
whatever it becomes in the future.
If you keep your nose clean, I think that's going to happen within the next pretty soon, I think. But
Aw.
you got to keep
Huh.
keep that nose clean.
I I will do my best. I am committed to my small group of friends here that
Yeah,
and
that's
helping
good.
to find the hermit.
That's
The,
good.
you mentioned the traps that they were zappy electricity. I'm assuming,
Oh,
as opposed to like fire or something of that degree.
well, not so much fire. He doesn't want to burn the grove down or anything like that, but lots of different. That one was smart. Whatever his eye, he was all dirty, but once in a while, he just had that glimmer of craftiness. Never really saw, but he didn't want anyone in, and he took lots of precautions. There's multiple traps, and the door isn't even the door. It's illusionary, I think. It's the door is actually somewhere else. It's to trick people from coming up there. Because he never came out of that door. He came out of a different area. I only saw him once come out. You know.
What was the area he came out of?
How do I know your friends?
And I just kind of like, I would kind of sigh and I would say, why would we come all the way out here to talk to you, knowing that the hermit was out here, if we didn't know him?
That's a good question.
Like, how would we know he lived here?
That's a good question. And I don't have a good answer for you. But my answer is I gave my word I wouldn't say if people are looking for him. But if he is dead, my apologies and my condolences if he was your friend. But like I said, he was weird. Definitely weird. But eccentric.
Did you ever get a name out of him other than just the hermit?
No, he just used the hermit. He said he was from a distant land. He would ramble off stuff that would. I think he was losing his mind because he mentioned things of great towers and libraries. Always complaining about a library. No library in town, but there's a small one. But he'd talk about a grand library at Saltmarsh. And I think he was losing his mind. The hermits generally do that.
That's him.
Fern would nod, and she would kind of look at Glassstock and shrug. She can't think of a good way to prove to this woman that we know him.
Probably you can show her your letters.
Yeah, I mean that would be kind of like how he talked, and I don't have the last one. I don't think I have the one before that either, because the vampire bitch took them.
She gave you back to you.
Did she give them back ultimately? I don't
Yep, she did give them back. Yeah.
Okay. So
because you do have like the symbol of a hero, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct, but she wouldn't know that because she doesn't know his name. That's why I asked.
Oh.
So I would say, well, so he sent us letters. It's kind of hard to explain, but perhaps what if I read one of them to you and you could tell that's how he talked, and maybe then.
I really didn't talk to him very much, but let me see that. Show me that letter, please.
I would show her a letter that I'm trying to find in my massive stack of shit right now. There it is. Yeah. And so I send her the really long one that's like several notes long.
She kind of looks up. I did catch him a glimpse once writing a letter with a magic pen. And he said he was sending his friends some letters. Looks very, very similar to that. But yeah. I wish I could help you more. I mean, the door, it's somewhere over on the opposite side. I don't know where the entrance is. He kept it secret. But I just know it's the real entrance is on the opposite side somewhere.
The opposite side inside in here?
No. This is, I can't access it. He only accesses it from the outside.
Well, tell you what, we'll leave you alone. Do you mind if we go up and just give it a look?
It's your funeral, but go ahead.
Thank you. And if you hear us screaming and hollering out there, I guess just don't worry about it, and thank you for your help.
All right. Don't make too much noise. I don't want the frogs to be disturbed. But
Uh-huh. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Oh, Before we go,
Yes.
can and Gnomish Goblin's gonna ask, do you know Lupina or Pico?
I'm sorry, I don't know that family. I'm not familiar with them.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a lovely day. And she kind of
You
goes
too.
back into her space and continues back to what she was doing.
And Bryn would turn to Glassdock and be like, "Well, what do you think? Is it worth it? Go up and look at his stuff."
If you find his hat, it feels like that would be a giveaway since it was a very unique hat.
Yeah,
feel
but
like
he
we
wouldn't
can
go
be
anywhere
pretty-
without a hat. So
That's true. But I feel like all of this is just trying to confirm that it's him, and I think that it's pretty clear that it's him.
Would you prefer to go to the graveyard to look at the body that was buried to confirm if that is him or not?
I have kind of aversion to digging up dead bodies as a rule, but I mean, I don't know.
We
Glassdock's
can
going to go
speak with the.
upstairs. I said Glassdock starts walking upstairs.
Walking up the stairs to the second floor.
Yeah.
There is a door there.
And I would kind of look at Teleco and shrug.
If we go outside, I can send creatures to find the door. Like that's if it's hidden, that's easy to find. Getting in is a different story, but I can find the door.
By all means.
And I will step outside, and as soon as the staff hits the ground, I'll use conjure animal and conjure 8 bats.
Okay.
Line sight and echolocation, and just have them start flying around the tower to find where it's not actually stone. With blind sight.
Give me a perception check with them, and with advantage, and to see how well the information they get.
Well, hi, bats.
There they are. Their perception. We'll use mine. Okay. Okay, it's 1 less than what I roll.
Okay.
And rolling with advantage. So it's going to be a 12. It's going to be the highest.
Okay, so there's some strong magic. The door where the stairwell goes up and where the door is not a door. It's definitely illusion. It appears to be a door, and it's a false door, but there's stone behind it. So it's a facade. And there's definitely some, you're pretty sure, traps. What I will give you is that most of the area is solid, except, and there's like a window or two that you can't get through. But on the opposite side, there are no stairs, but there's a possibility of another entrance on the opposite side. And when you relieve Bryn and Glassdock, you know that Vero levitates.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the only way to get up to it is probably by levitating, and you're pretty sure climbing it, it's trapped too.
Dang it. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was gonna.
At which point, Hendrik, you realize that Hendrik was giving magical trap scrolls as well to Avero.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I would look and I'd be like, well, Glassdock, if this is all trapped and magically effed, why don't we talk to Hendrik? Maybe he can give us something to cancel it all out and we can get inside.
Perhaps.
And maybe if you weren't red-faced blood moon or whatever the hell you said you were, maybe you could use your family name for a little pull.
Where did you come up with that name?
It's
It's an interesting name.
I just came up with it off the top of my head.
What was it, by the way? I don't believe I was correct.
Rotkin Bloodkin.
Rotkin blood.
Jay, can I use stone cunning to try to figure out where there is possibly an opening in the stonework?
Where the doorway would be?
Yeah.
You would have to get up close and look at it.
Well, I mean,
Like physically climbing it, looking at it, and touching it.
And I was afraid my computer
how
froze.
is there?
We're all
Is there
frozen in thought.
Yeah, me too. I was like,
Yeah.
what? Oh,
I
no.
was like,
wait. Is
oh
the-
no.
is there a window on the second floor?
No, there's no windows.
Okay. Based on
So
what?
I can summon a large I can summon a large creature that could then climb up the side, similar to our constrictor friend that I brought forth yesterday, and have it set off all the traps. But assuming that it gets up there, it could then have you. It would be able to carry you, Glasstalk, and as long as you hold on tight, and
That's
then
very
be able to
nice.
inspect.
Is that a very nice thing to do to a poor animal companion, to send it up intentionally to set off
It's-
traps and hurt itself?
It does not appreciate it, but it is also not truly an animal. It is a fey presentation of that animal. So
Oh.
if it gets hurt and dies, they don't actually die. They go back to the fey realm from which I've summoned them.
Oh. Well, let's
It's
do
still
that.
not nice. It's still not nice.
Yeah.
To answer that question, it's still not nice
Yeah.
because it will still feel pain.
You know, ends justifying means and all that. Let's do that. I think that's a fine plan.
I feel like that's a bad idea now that you phrased it that way.
No, I take back my phrasing and my words.
Well,
and
I like
my
it. I like it.
ideas.
I like it better than what I was going to try, but
Okay, there's a
What-
third option that I want to throw out there before we destroy a fey gorilla.
okay.
And that is, why don't we check out the path that goes up to the cave with all the bugbears? That's presumably where he.
Well, that was the mine, which I'm assuming is the
Mine.
same mine that we went into originally, way back when,
We could
or
go check out.
way
we could go-
future from now.
Correct. We will go in.
Yes.
eventually, in 100 years from anyway. Yes, that one. We could check out the path leading to it, mine itself, and we could see if there's any sign of him there.
But do you want to make sure that the person that is buried is not your friend?
And I would look at Glassdot kind of sadly, and I'd be like, I think we can be fairly sure that it's him. But that would probably be a good idea before we make the whole trip,
Well,
Goblin. I don't
the thing
disagree.
is I don't see Avero trying to go into the mine by himself.
I don't know. He's gotten braver over the last couple of months,
Well,
and
he
we've already
barely
been
went
in
in.
there.
He barely went into the mine when we went into it the first time, and there was the two of us with him. Do you see him going into the mine by himself?
If he had to, yes. And he's been in there already. I'm sure he feels like he knows what he's up against. And he felt pretty good about all of his wall building last time.
Yes, it's wall building.
I think, how about this? Goblin's right. I think we should check and make sure it's him in the graveyard first. Then I think we should check out the mine. And then if we don't find anything, I say we go back to what's his face, your dwarf brethren, and see if he can take these traps off of the tower. So we
Yeah,
can look
Jay,
inside
where's
one.
the graveyard on the Saltmarsh map?
It's east of the grove.
It's yeah. It's
So is that
It's
number
14.
14.
14?
16 is Wicker Goat.
Okay.
What do you think?
Why don't
If you are about to suggest splitting the party, I will rip your head off.
oh no, not splitting the party. Just one of us. Teleco, you can do your giant horse thing.
Horse
I
can
can?
climb Glassdock. Clearly, we need a primate for this.
No, no, no.
I can turn into a
Oh.
I can turn into the horse. Yes.
Okay, and how much can you carry?
A, a lot.
Could you carry 2?
Enough.
I can carry one robo. I can carry one goblin, or I can carry 2 people.
Can Goblin like sprint at horse speed because he's a construct? Is he very fast? Is he like a T, whatever the Terminator was in Terminator 2,
Oh,
3,
Well-
or whatever it was? Yeah. Yes, the sprinting.
the super serious one. Yeah.
Yes.
Bryn's fairly light.
Yeah. He's live.
Yeah, you can, if you're okay with that, you can write your horse form, and I'll run. I got 30 feet speed.
Yeah, well, that's not faster than anybody else. So
Mhm.
I might be able to carry Bryn and Robo. How much? Well, Jay, would I be able to carry them, or how much does Goblin weigh?
Yeah, Goblin, you're what, 300?
I guess I don't know where to look at that, but yeah, I'm pretty heavy because I got a lot of stuff in me.
For the sake of levity, I would say you could take both of them without like major running or galloping.
I can carry 540 pounds as a warhorse.
So you're gonna
you
it's
can carry
gonna
both
be
of them, no
you
problem.
should be able to carry both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Bryn weighs like 100 pounds soaking wet. So
Probably.
Plus gear. So, but yeah.
But let's just keep everybody completely dry though, just to be on the safe side.
why don't
Bone dry.
why don't you guys ride to the graveyard as quickly as you can and back?
Okay. Where are you going to be?
I'll be right here, but I'm going to try something.
Okay, be careful.
Oh, I will.
Okay. And like one bat lands on Goblin, and the other 7 are just like hanging out on the wall, except for one that's actually landed on Glassdock. And
Great.
I'm going to keep these here as long as I can. Just if there's something wrong, start screaming at them. Maybe I'll hear it.
Okay. Okay. Just a quick question. Goblin and Talico, you were staying at the Wicker Goat. Do you have all your items with you, or do you still have items back at the Wicker Goat?
I do not have items there. I pretty much carry all my stuff with me.
Yeah, Talico travels super light, which is not ordinary for any character I typically make. But yeah, he has everything on him.
So you don't need to go back to eventually go back to the inn or anything like that. Okay, I'm just double checking on that. All right, so the 3 of you are making your way to the graveyard. Glassdock is going to stay back. We're going to take care of the graveyard real quick. It's going to take you a few minutes, 20, 30 minutes, 20 minutes to get there. You get there. There's, like I said, you were here this morning several hours ago, and you know at dawn you had you graveyards, and you see where there's a shack, and the gravediggers are digging away some graves in a different location.
He would jump off of Talico, and Bryn would say, well, we need to dig him up, but do you think we could just ask?
In your head, you hear Talico say, ask. They would not appreciate us just digging somebody up.
Yeah, they put so much work into it after all. All right, I'll be right back. And I give Talico in horse form a little scritch on the underside of his chin. And then I just out of habit.
Of course Bryn does.
She's an animal lover. And she would go to the grave and be like, "Excuse me,
Takes you a few
gentlemen?
minutes, but you eventually find. Oh, yeah.
Hello.
What can I help you with?
Yeah, we have a quick question. There was an unknown buried here, recently.
Yeah,
Was
yesterday
it-
we buried one, and weren't you just here this morning burying the young
Yes.
boat kid?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Uh huh.
And grief is a process. Anyway,
Yeah.
we were wondering about the unknown. Um, Unfortunately, we might have had 2 losses in the family. God rest his soul. What species was he?
Why are you asking? You said family member, huh?
Yes, possibly. And Bryn would kind of pull her hair back and like show her ears as well and be like, we heard that maybe he was an elf and would be my dearly departed grandfather. We were trying to decide if it was him indeed. We haven't heard from him in months.
Charm or deception?
Oh my god.
What would you
Alrighty,
like to roll?
I am deciding. We're gonna go with deception.
Okay.
Obviously. Okay, here we go.
Because it's Bryn.
Because it's me. Oh my god, no! F and F, F, F-er, F. It's a 1.
You rolled a nat 1?
Of course it is.
It hit the edge of my paper. It was gonna be like an 18 and it hit the edge and rolled back and was
A nat 1? He's kind of looking at you going,
first important one.
family member, you say?
Yes.
Considering that was a human, and there might have been an elf in the unknown, or a half-elf, I'm not sure. And you kind of see him do this, and he's got his hand open on one side here as he's kind of going like this.
Bryn would roll her eyes and dig out, and she would give him 5 gold.
Oh yeah, I can't remember if it which one that was.
Bryn would give him 5 more gold.
Yeah, I come to think of it, there may have been some pointy ears, but there's gnomes and elves and half elves.
Bryn would grab him by the front of his effing shirt and slam him up against a wall.
Hey!
3 frickin' strikes, man. Can I make
Fine,
an
it was an
intimidation
elf.
check or something?
It looked like an elf.
Thank you. How old was he?
I don't know.
About.
Dirty. I don't know.
He was so dirty you couldn't tell how old he was.
He was sliced up. There wasn't much there or there. Face was all sliced up, and body was just dismembered.
Did he have the pointy
Did he have a hat on?
No, he just wore ratty old clothes and cloaks.
When you say he was sliced up, did it look like blades, swords, or claws?
Probably both. All the above. There's probably a piercing and sliced. I didn't examine the body. I just kept it, wrapped it, and buried it. Now,
Can we see the body?
There's a fee to dig up a body again for identification.
Bryn would narrow her eyes and be like, I think we've already paid your fee. And she would nod down at the gold she's already given him.
Give me a charm with advantage.
Oh my god. What is a charm? I do not have that on my sheet.
Is there
Persuasion.
or persuasion? Excuse me, persuasion. Different
Okay.
system.
God bless.
Yeah,
God bless.
persuasion with advantage.
Okay, with advantage. Come on now. I am taking a picture of this. I cannot effing. It is 2 natural ones.
Oh,
Again? This is
That's
the
a turkey.
second time.
no, it's two.
I am
You
putting
get
this
5
in
and the
the
next
group
one's
chat.
free, right?
I think there's a punch card system involved. I am texting this to the group chat right now.
Our first
No shit.
episode, you did this. You rolled
It's
advantage and you rolled
real.
2 nat ones in that. And he
I
kind of
am
looks.
disgusted with myself. I am.
It's your
angry.
dice. Your dice. It's just. he kind of looks at you and looks over at you. May have paid, but clearly this family member needs to help help the coffer. You know, it's a lot of labor to.
I offer 10 gold.
Okay.
Nice.
And he takes the gold and he'll go and
The odds of that happening are 1 in 400 for any of you math-minded people. 1 in 400.
It's like you're called the natural ones or something.
yes.
That is remarkable. Wow.
Wow.
So he comes over, he brings you to the grave, and it's going to be an hour or two while he digs the grave up. In the meantime, Glassstock, what are
Meanwhile,
you
across
doing?
town.
Across town. Glassstock, what are you doing?
Okay. So I'm gonna this is gonna be the GM's call.
Okay.
All right. So the lantern that I have, the Wayfarer lantern,
Okay.
it says that it will point me in a direction of a location, the name of a location. All right.
Name of a location. Okay.
All right. I want the lantern to point to the last spot where Aviro slept.
I need to look at what is the magic item specifically state?
It says it acts as a normal hooded lantern with the exception of giving off a greenish light until the command word is spoken. When you use an action to speak the command word and the name of a location, that's all it says. The hood will rotate so the light shines only in the direction of the location you have named. If you name a location that is hidden by magic or an alternate plane of existence, the hood will slowly rotate for the full duration, unable to guide you to such a place.
It's rotating, and it's
Okay.
unable to guide you.
Okay. So he obviously slept somewhere hidden by magic.
Yes.
Okay. Which points me in the direction of upstairs then.
No.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, it does not point upstairs at all.
Well, I mean, that would be Glassstock's assumption.
Yeah, and with the assumption based off that, no, it did not. He hasn't been here in months.
Right. But he obviously would have had to have rested somewhere else.
Yes.
And that's what I was hoping to find.
But that is also protected by magic.
Of course it is, because he's a pain in my ass.
Yes,
okay.
He is.
All right.
So after an hour, what does Glassstock do?
Well, that doesn't take a whole hour. That just takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Climbing is an athletics check, correct?
Yep.
Oh, God.
All right. I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to start climbing.
Give me the roll.
Oh, my God. I like to imagine there's just like a little explosion.
13.
Okay.
And then guidance gives me another D4 if I need it.
All right. Yeah, that's with a guide. I'm going to say you're going to roll the guidance because it's going to, if you roll a 1 or a 2, it's going to be the degree of how well you climb.
2. So 15 total.
So yeah, that is perfect. I need a reflex save, please.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
You mean a dex save?
Dex save, yes. Play it. Thank you. Rock system.
Shit. It was a 17. Hold on. Wait. Gotta check my one of my special abilities.
Yes.
I think I can use it on a saving throw.
Okay.
Where is it?
Because the sorcerer special ability.
Yeah, favored by the gods. Fail
There-
a saving throw. No, I'm assuming if this is based on Vero's save, yeah, the 2d4 is not going to help me. So
Yeah, 2d4
All right.
is not going to help you.
yeah.
You took 23 points of electrical damage as you touched something.
shit.
How many points?
23 points of electrical damage as you touched a square and it's the entire upper level electrified. And a moment or two later, the druid comes out and goes, "Oh my gosh! What you doing? Are you all right?"
No.
As
And-
he's laying smoldering on the
and
ground.
she, I told you it was
Do I have
trapped.
to? Do I have to make any kind of a save to see if I fell?
I'm gonna say
Oh.
no.
Okay.
Because I'm being kind right now, and that
Such a
you
big,
know that
tough
you
man.
can get yourself down, and she will be kind enough to heal you by seeing this.
If he heals him, he won't learn anything.
Yeah, he's just gonna climb again if you heal
Great,
him.
thanks.
She healed you for 10 points back. She's like, "I told you, no one
Now
can get
whatever-
up there. It's all magically. It's pretty. That's not the only one, and it
Okay.
Blastock's already climbing again.
All right. So before that went off, Jay, is there any chance, again, using my stone cunning?
Yes.
Okay. Because I would have been going up slowly.
Yep.
To try to figure out where the opening is.
It's pretty much on the opposite side of where the door is. There's just a door, and it's hidden by.
Right. But what I'm saying is like,
You got an
climbing up.
idea where the door would be. Yes, I will
okay,
say
I
that.
have an idea where the door.
You have an idea where the door would be. Yes,
Okay.
and it's stone, so it's clearly it's a secret door of some sort made of stone.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. All right. How high up is it?
20 feet.
That's within range. Okay. I want to misty step up
Okay.
Oh my god.
and try to grab a hold of where the door would be.
On the stone. Okay.
Yeah.
Athletics check.
Oh, again, I'm going to cast guidance on myself before.
Okay, that's fine.
19.
19. Yeah. Boom. You grab onto it. I need a
Okay.
dexterity saving throw, please.
Does the bat on his back go with him?
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah.
I don't
The
think there's
bat is
anything
going
left
like,
of that
"Don't do
poor
it!"
bat.
Oh, that's another question. Does the bat get hit struck by the lightning as well, by the
Yeah.
electrical damage
Yes.
as well? Okay,
Yes.
so that
Yeah.
one goes poof.
Yeah. That
And one of the
poof.
other bats goes on, like latches onto him.
Saving throw sucks so bad. 8.
It,
Again, I had a 17 and it rolled over.
and suddenly that second bat just went poof too, because he just took 31 points of damage.
Oh, Glassdock's unconscious, which means he falls, so he takes the 2d6 of the falling damage also.
Oh my god.
2d6, you said?
Well, that's, I would assume, right? Falling 20 feet, it's 2d6.
Yep.
Yep. You took 8 more, but actually, let me take that back. The 8, you do not take the 8 points of damage,
Okay.
because suddenly about 5 minutes later, or a few minutes later, Glassdock, you awaken as you are laying on the ground as this druid is healing you, and you're pretty sure she cast something to help you not fall and take
Oh, okay.
damage.
Okay.
And she's looking at you and going, "You're not very smart, are you?"
Nope.
Nope.
Do I need to say it again? No, people have tried to get up there. Those sheep lovers were trying to get in there one time and got fried.
Oh.
Only one. It
Pirates?
took them only once,
no,
and they
no.
don't come around
No.
anymore.
One of his letters, he said that the cult was onto him.
The one that was
So-
going to explode,
Got it.
but didn't.
At this point, Glassdock, as you're laying in the ground,
Yes.
bing! Number 9 letter pops up.
Oh, well, I don't have that one.
Oh, I'm
Bryn
sorry,
does.
Bryn. Okay, let me take that back. We'll get back to that in a moment. So as you're laying there,
We're
you're
digging.
realizing.
I've got out all new dice.
Yep. So I'm gonna say an hour has gone by, Glassdock, because you're just kind of figuring all this and the recovery and everything else.
Yeah.
And the
What-
bats go poof after an hour.
And after all the poop, yeah. So what is Glassdock gonna do for the next hour before they come back?
Short rest.
So, well, the first thing he's going to do is he's going to use his he's going to do second wind
Okay.
because I can use that once per short rest. God damn it! I rolled a 1.
All right.
I got 2 hit points back.
So you're gonna get healed back up. So no worries about that. So we're gonna shift back over to the graveyard.
During the
this
1
is-
hour, are we able to take a short rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I can
Bryn
read.
is just sitting and
Yeah.
grumbling.
As you're all sitting there waiting and everything else, Bryn, ping!
Oh my god!
Number 9, the last letters.
Oh my god! Awesome.
You can open all
Okay.
3 of them because it'll be rapid fire. Bing, bing, bing.
There's a bunch.
Yeah.
Okay. Are they? Oh yes, they are numbered. Here we
My
go.
plan would
Okay.
have worked if it wasn't for the stupid reflex
Meddling
dice.
kids. Okay. Here we go. All right. It has been exactly 1 year since I found myself in the past. A full change of seasons has come and gone. In that time, I have made significant progress toward finding a way back to my own proper point in space time. And yet every day it feels like I.
Bing!
Should just. I wish I would have learned to just open all of them at once and then. Anyway. I am starting over. I am so very tired. My search for Rocky has been almost entirely fruitless. However, just this morning I overheard mention of a young adult black dragon seen hunting out in the swamp. I have some preparations to make, but I plan to search for him there.
Bing!
Last one. Oh. I can only hope that he remembers me, just as I hope you remember me too. Does my sister remember me? My parents? Does anyone? Or have I been gone so long I am lost to time? Ultimately, I suppose it matters not. I must find my friend. A. And Bryn would just look very sad, and she would kind of like, I don't know if Calico and Goblin are in a space where they could, or were you guys close enough that you heard all of that?
Yeah, and
We
it's
were
an
always
audio.
behind
This
you.
is an audio.
Yeah,
hold.
it's
So,
his voice,
Yeah,
right?
it's his
exactly.
voice. Mm-hmm.
And Bryn would just look really sad and kind of then look back uncomfortably over to where the gravedigger is digging up the grave.
And at that time, you hear a clunk as this hits the wood, and all right, and you hear this, and it kind of opens it up. Take a look.
I would look.
Perception or medicine checks?
We're going with perception. If I get another 1, I'm going to quit. Just
No,
so
you're
you guys
not.
know. Well,
No.
it still sucks, but
You're
it's an
not
11.
going anywhere.
It's an 11.
11.
It's 2 ones.
Goblin and Talico, you can also give me a medicine or a perception check.
Oh, okay. Medicine?
Yeah.
6.
Okay.
13.
Talico, you're able, in the muck and the dirty in it and everything else, it looks like an elf, potentially. There's a lot of scar cuts and everything else, but it is of a dark, like almost reddish type skin color.
Mm.
So he's not necessarily an elf, but it's it's based off of, and it's a female.
Oh, well.
Based upon this,
But
I
it's
don't believe
it's
that this is your grandfather.
it'd be more almost a non-binary. It be in between a female and non-binary. So it looks like a male, dressed like a male, but it's
But
and you notice,
understandably would okay.
yeah, but you noticed because of the cuts, it was born a female.
And Bryn would look down and just be like, would still look sad for the fate of this person, but at the same time would be relieved. And then she would take the letters and kind of stuff them back into her pouch and be like, well, thank you for all your help. And she would look over at the gravedigger and be like, you can make them as they were, I suppose.
Family member?
It is not, I'm happy to say.
It means that we still have somebody missing, though, that we need to find.
All right.
That's true.
We'll start, and it starts putting it, digging the dirt in, stuff like that.
And yeah, Bryn would turn to Talico and Goblin and be like, we should get back to Glassdock. I mean, how much trouble could he really have gotten himself into in this time, I suppose, but, you know.
It's a tower. I don't think that's a lot of trouble there. So.
Yeah, it's not like it's going to attack him.
Right?
Word first is a tower. Yeah, he should be fine.
Yeah.
And I'll turn back into a warhorse and ride back.
So, Glassdock, you had about an hour and 15 minutes, 20 minutes to just relax, get your short rest.
Sit there and pout.
Yeah, pretty much. And as you approach, you see a smoldering, just a former smoldering, just damaged Glassdock sitting in the ground.
And by this time, Bryn is quite happy that it wasn't a Vero, and she's like, Glassdock, guess what? It wasn't him. Why are you smoking?
Don't even ask.
You smell like fire.
It's electricity.
Like burnt hair.
Yeah, well, yes.
Oh.
Wait. Did you say it wasn't a Vero?
It wasn't a Vero.
Oh, good.
No, it was somebody else, so that's a good thing. But I did get these, and I would hand Glassdock the notes, and I'd be like, seems like he's just waiting.
Well, it sounds like he's off in the marshes looking for Rocky.
We need to go find him.
Glassdock's going to look at Bryn and kind of give her a nod, and then he's going to turn towards Alako and Goblin and say, you two have been invaluable friends to us, but we know that you have things that you have to do also, and it pains me to say this, but I believe our paths have to diverge at this point. We can't ask you to go into the swamps with us looking for our friend, and you both have things that you want to do, and I don't think your paths continue with ours.
We still have a couple of hours together. Let's grab an early dinner. That way you can talk to your friend because we still need the address.
True.
But before you head out, we do need to let's grab an early dinner together before we separate ways.
Okay.
And you still have the coins that I gave you originally, and he'll pull out another coin, this one etched with different symbols on it. When you do find your friend, give him this and make sure that you keep the coins that I've given you. That way, if our paths ever cross again, I'll be able to find you.
And I want to make sure Goblin has all of the stuff that's related to his parents. So, the key to the tower, the book, all of that stuff. So
the book also, it was there was like a few passages in the journal that talked about it. So are you giving it? But the book, the journal also had all the weather stuff, and there was a whole bunch of.
Well, yeah, that's.
Say Teleco, I thought had the book.
Yeah.
That had the info about for Goblin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just I didn't know how much of that stuff we were keeping inside of the bag of holding.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? Where are you going to have dinner?
Is there a place around 8 or 9? Like, is there a place heading back west that has food? Like, if we take that road back around,
There
Yes,
is
in
Like
that
right
area.
around here.
there is
Yeah.
so you've got the like I said, you got Wicker Goat there. You've got there's a tavern there, and that tavern is called. There's the Sourfish, the Sourfish, Sour SORROW fish, which is a tavern, and I'll drop that in chat for you. And that's
Cool.
number
Food trucks.
4. And other than that, there is a brothel.
Bryn would say, I saw a tavern called the Sorrowfish on the way out of town. You could stop there. It's not very far.
Okay.
Smelled like they had good food.
Are you serious?
Amazing.
That wow.
So I assume we start to head towards the Sorrowfish and nowhere else.
Okay.
Yes.
So as you make your way around and you get there, this is one of the more popular taverns recently amongst fishermen and gamblers specifically. It's got some really good old-fashioned seafood meals. The owner is a one-legged man named Japu Japu Quinn. He's a human. And the interesting thing about this that you note is where you get the name is that there is a large, when you first come in over to the left, there is a large glass aquarium that sits behind the bar. And it's the home of the repellent sourfish. Sourfish is actually sourfish is actually an animal. And below the aquarium, there's the name Nor, Nor. Hanging next to it, there is a leather pouch with looks like coin and potential, and a name above it with some names, like 1 or 2 names. And what you heard about this, Talico, is that if you drink by taking a single mug of the water that's from this tank, it's slimy and foul tasting. If you can stomach it, you get to keep what's in the pot, in the bag. You have to pay a few silver to take it, but if you can withstand it.
Oh my God. Goblin!
To date, there are only 8 names carved in the wooden thing above it in the last 20
Goblin
years.
written all over it.
Does Goblin have a mouth?
Yeah, it's just like the
Amazing.
tiny thing.
Yeah, but
Like
he doesn't
filling up
react
your
to
wash-
food.
It's like
I
filling
know.
up your wiper fluid.
Mhm.
Perfect.
And as you kind of come in, you're greeted, and there's a table you can send it over. I'm not going to make perception checks for you because in the corner there's some gambling. You see Leo sitting there gambling with a group, kind of sitting there having some fun, just gambling. And
I would
over
go
the
in,
course,
I would wink at him.
and over time he would kind of come back in you and give you that little nod and get back to playing. You get dinner, and you're getting your early dinners and stuff like that. Glassstock. I'm not, like I said, I'm not making a roll. You hear a familiar voice.
Oh shit.
A few tables around the corner, you hear Radek's voice.
Oh god. I'm just gonna lay low.
And your uncles sitting there talking.
Oh, now my ears are perking up and I'm trying to listen to what they're saying.
And they're talking about going on the next adventuring, and they've got another dwarf with him with an axe, with the axe, and it's an unknown individual, and there's their adventuring party. They're adventurers, and they're sitting there relaxing, and they're talking about going into the swamp to go kill a black dragon.
Oh, great. Okay.
I want to make an insight check on Glassdock to see if I see him like.
Please do.
Oh my God.
What'd you roll?
6.
Sorry. Yeah, you notice he's flustered by something, but
busy
you're not sure.
winking
Yeah, you're winking at Leto.
I would look over at Glassdock and be like, "What?"
Bryn, give
Yeah.
me an intelligence roll, please.
Okay. I
So
wanna
roll a
anymore.
d20 plus your intelligence modifier plus your proficiency. So pretty much
Okay.
almost an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Oh my god, it's a 22.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
I
back,
was gonna say
baby.
you're back.
one.
So as you're sitting there, Talico is kind of moving around, and then it dawns on you, Bryn. The Talico's jacket with the burn marks are the exact same jacket that was in the mud of the dead druid at the alchemist fight at the Standing Stones. You recognize the jacket now, and now you realize what Glasstalk has not shared with you.
And Bryn is just like wide-eyed and staring. Is Talico like looking at her or looking around?
Eventually he would
Yeah, he would
notice
pick
you
up.
staring.
Yeah.
It's like,
She
Are
looks
you
like she's seen
okay?
a ghost.
Whereas Glassstock's not paying attention to Bryn at all, and he's
Yeah,
trying to
she's
listen to the
fine.
conversation.
Bryn would have a horrifying. It's like, yes, yeah, yeah, it's fine. I just thought I saw something. Oh, I was wrong. So
okay, if
we
there's
need
anything,
drinks.
Calico probably knows that there's something going on with
Insight
the
check.
high insight. 18 on the insight check.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I rolled it.
There's something they finally realize something, and there's something about you that they're keeping hidden from you.
Well, she is. I'm not reacting to this
Yes,
right now.
that's true.
Yeah.
I'm very distracted.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
if it is worth drinks, then let's make it doubles. And he'll
That's when Glassstock
order
gets attention.
Yeah.
Hey, did I hear doubles?
So, Glassstock, are you doing anything other than listening to the conversations with Radic and the party?
No, I mean,
And your
just,
your uncle does not have his axe, that the magical axe, by the way.
right. Yeah. Well, no, because what's his name hasn't made it yet, so we know he
Exactly.
doesn't have the axe.
Mhm.
So, so they're talking about going into the swamp.
Yep, they were getting prepped to go into the swamp. They got their supplies. They're going to be leaving at first light.
Okay.
They're talking about a gnome tracker. There's a hunter, a dragon hunter in town, and that they're gonna meet up with him, and he's gonna join the party, and they're gonna search the what's the word? Search the swamp.
Okay. Are they making any? Like, are they describing the dragon in any way, shape, or form, or they're just saying a black dragon?
They're only saying a black dragon right now. But they're, like I said, they're talking about an adult and some young ones. There's a few in the area. But they're gonna search out, and there's a bounty for black dragon scales and hides right now, because they've been plaguing the what's the word I'm looking for? The side. So it's definitely yeah, it's just kind of a standing order, so to speak.
After Bryn is notably trying to distract herself, is she starting to listen in on this as well?
Yeah, she can.
Okay. She would kind of start to look more and more concerned at Glassdock, while at the same time trying to be subtle about it. And I assume we get our drinks, and we kind of like, I'm trying to make conversation with Talico and Goblin like nothing's up, but there's two very big things that are up right now. Friends thinking.
Very big
Friends thinking
things.
hard.
Well, actually, I was gonna say that I was gonna make an insight, but Goblin for sure is really occupied by looking at the aquarium.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Do you want to take a try?
Sure, I'll do that.
All right. So
But,
as you
Yes.
go up
I'm
to the
so proud of you.
bar,
I'm so proud of you.
you go up to the bar. The bartender, oi! We got. You're a interesting one. Are you fixing to see your luck with Nor?
Nor, is that the fish's name?
Yeah, that's the fish's name.
Oh. What are you talking about? Is that like a challenge?
Yes,
of
yes, yes.
sorts?
So you pay a few copper. You take a mug full of his water. You sip it down, and if you don't throw up, your name goes up, and you get the coins.
Okay. Is it possible to pet Nor?
I wouldn't pet Nor. He might bite you.
He's a biter.
Yeah, he's a biter.
He's a biter.
Okay. Then here's the copper.
It's 5 silver.
Oh, here's the silver.
All right. And he kind of takes a mug and puts it in, and it's just slimy, just foul smelling scent. And he's like, all right, we got challengers here. And he's like, bottoms up.
Goblin is gonna cast Speak with Animals,
Okay.
Excuse me.
and he's just gonna say to Nor, "It is a fish, right? No.
Yeah, it's a fish.
It's a fish. Okay.
Mhm.
So I can't talk to it with Speak with Animals. Okay.
No. Yeah. Well,
No, you can.
oh yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay. And he's just gonna be like, "Hello, Nor."
Kind of in the fish tank. He's like, yeah, someone's talking to me.
That's me. It's me. And I just wave.
And he just kind of looks
Hi.
at you for a second. You gonna eat me?
I am not gonna eat you. I am gonna drink this water you're in.
Good
A little bit.
luck.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. And you drink up?
I drink up.
All right. I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Does he though?
I
Because
was gonna say at
Do
least
I, though?
advantage. He
It would
doesn't
be
have normal
advantage. Yes, I would
human-
give him advantage.
because he doesn't react to food and water.
Right.
Do you need
Uh-huh,
food and
uh-huh.
water?
No.
He can consume it, but
I
he
can
doesn't need
consume
it.
But I don't need it.
But more specifically, he benefits from consuming magical food.
Yes. So because you can do this, would be poison. So you can be poisoned. So I need a Constitution
Oh.
saving throw.
Can he though?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
poison because I got advantage on saving throws against being poisoned,
Yes.
and you have resistance to poison damage.
All right.
Ooh.
Yes. Roll your with advantage. Your Constitution saving throw with advantage.
That's funny. 10.
That was with advantage.
That was with advantage.
Oh,
I rolled a 7
and
a
suddenly
4.
something's in your stomach, and it burned as it went down. It burned, and it's like, and you're just feeling this, and you're just suddenly it's an automatic regurgitation into a bucket that's standing right there. It's like it's suddenly, it was almost as if it was a process of like bad stuff get out, so it was in and out. So, and then you're like, okay, you're feeling of like, oh,
As I do that, he turns into all kinds of colors. It's like rainbow colors.
Oh God. The
Uh,
404
He's
era.
airing out. Yeah.
It's airing out.
And
right
the bartender's like, "Oh, no, we got another one. Good try, good try. Nard's took another one down. Woohoo!"
Awesome.
now.
Nor.
He's just stumbling back into the table where everybody is at, and she's just sitting there, and I don't feel right.
I don't. I'm sorry, Goblin.
So
Oh, valiant attempt, though. Valiant attempt.
Indeed.
Glassstock and everyone hears the group getting ready and chatting, and they drop a name in the conversation, and they're like, "Are you sure about this, Temen? What was it? What was his last name again? Fenstalker. Yeah, you sure about him? He's hunted a few black dragons. He's got the armor to prove it. All right. We'll be good for them in the morning." How late do you stay here? Oh, actually, yeah, because after a few hours, it's about that time. So you get your early dinner in, you get everything else.
We need to go get the address.
And then you get back up to Hendrix. And are you doing the knock knock?
Yep.
Hendrix, there. Well, come on in. Come on in. Goblin, right?
Oh.
Yes.
I'm compelled that heartfelt that I didn't realize your parents were in such that they even had a kid. But if you're looking, your parents, they obviously created you, didn't they?
They did. Yes.
Well, I found the address. Here's the address.
Thank you.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to teleport you there now.
You can do that?
Right now, I can. You got everything you need?
I think so, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you going too? Bryn?
I am going with.
Glassstock, Bryn, you going too? Or not Glassstock, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ratkin. Ratkin, are you going too?
Red-eye moonbeam. Are you going?
Are you
Just
going
make
too?
it longer every time.
Yeah.
Yep. I would look at Glassstock and kind of see what he says.
Is it time to separate then?
It is, my friends. I'm sorry.
Well, and Bryn would kind of like go to shake Calico's hand and be like, "Thanks for letting me ride on your back when you were a horse." That's kind
Amazing.
of you. I'm not very good
Glassstock's
at
just looking at Brit.
I'm not very good at goodbyes.
Well, thank you for aiding us in our journey and our path. Hopefully, our paths do cross again in the future, be it near future or far future. Wherever you find yourselves, make sure that you take care of each other, take care of the communities that you're in. You're probably the best people in whatever community you find yourself. So do your best and bring the best out of others.
You obviously don't know us very well, then, do you?
Speak for yourself. And then Bryn would like look over at Goblin and kind of like want to shake his hand too, but then she just like wraps him in a hug, and she kind of hurts her head because he's metal. But with like a thump, she hugs him. And she just doesn't like pretends like she's not hurt. And she's, "I think I'll miss you most of all." And
And Goblin just like
miss
you most of all.
She hugs him.
Yeah, and Goblin hugs you back. And right after we break the hug, he's just gonna druidcraft what is it? A lavender flower.
Oh.
And he's just gonna offer that to Bryn and something for you to remember us. And thank you so much for your help.
He takes like the little sprig of lavender and is just and like smells it and kind of like she gets like a little rosy in her cheeks almost, like it like is a very familiar smell for her and very nostalgic, and she smiles and she nods and like, well, good luck both of you.
In Glassstock, and with my other hand, I dreadcraft what is called a bee orchid,
Oh,
and I never got your favorite flower, so this is my favorite flower. And it's just a technically it's an orchid, but it has like this shape of a bee. And
Oh,
this is my favorite flower, and
I
something as a token of gratitude.
I thank you. I shall cherish it always. I unfortunately I don't have something I can give to you.
Oh,
At least
you
not
already
not
did.
not something that's tangible, but know that you always have my friendship.
That's enough.
And then Glassdock's gonna pull a corked bottle out of his pouch and he's gonna hand it to Talako and says, for those times that you're feeling a little down, this should pick you up.
Thank you. I will hold on to this for times that are needed.
Thank you so much for your help.
That was
Best of luck finding Avero.
sweet. That was really sweet.
he's just standing there.
Just standing there.
He's standing off to the side,
Yeah,
sobbing.
he's just
He's just like got a tissue.
that really hits you right here. All right, you ready? I make this puppy go. If you said everything good,
Yes.
I'll get
Yeah.
you as close
Cool.
as possible to the location, and starts doing the magic, and suddenly the lights start to spring up, the symbols go, and this bluish light just goes, and suddenly
Farewell.
they just kind of dissipate like little stardusts from down, and they or from up, actually up, kind of dissipating, and then they're gone, and they teleport off.
Oh. And I look at Glassdock and I'm like, I'm going to miss them.
Joshua's covering his camera.
Yeah, he covered it immediately. He had a plan, and so did Robo. Oh my god. Both of you. Bryn would smile and be like, I'm going to miss them.
They seem to be pretty good. All right, dinner time. I gotta go.
Wait,
Hey.
hold on. And Bryn said, you can transport them to where they needed to go.
Yeah,
Can you transport us out to the swamps?
not yet. I need a little cool down. I've already used it twice today, so I
So
maybe later tonight, or tomorrow morning. To come back tomorrow. Where do you want to go in the swamp? Is there a specific location?
not really.
Well,
Swamps.
well, come back with the location, and I'll teleport you to the swamp.
All right, well, thank you.
Yep. Have a good one.
You too.
And he's like, he seems to be rushing because he's got some other stuff that he's trying to get.
I imagine
to.
he like actually like shoos us out
Yeah,
of it.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go now? I mean, you've got stuff back at the Wicker Goat, things of that nature.
I would look at Glassdock and kind of cross my arms and be like, well, problem is that those adventurers seem to be on the trail of Rocky. Or
Well-
what could be Rocky.
They're on the trail of any black dragon based on the conversations that I've heard.
You think it's too dangerous to wait until morning? I mean, how far away is the swamp, Jay? Would
2
how
days.
long?
2-day
Okay,
travel.
So
and
if
it's
we
gonna be
wait until
dark.
the morning,
Yeah,
if we still wait for the morning, we'll still beat them there.
yeah.
Well, they're leaving at
Presumably, 'cause
first
they
light.
just okay. We'll beat them there if we okay.
Well, if we start now,
Well, right, but we could just not walk also, get drunk and so I would priorities. I would look at and I said, I actually should probably connect with my connection about the job
okay.
that I mentioned to you. We can
What's
do whatever errands we need to do, and then meet back here in the morning.
I'm gonna say you know that he's gonna contact you, so you don't have. So you've got.
Okay, so I don't have to.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
So I would look at Glass.
we don't necessarily have to go back to the Wicker Goat, though, right? What's the closest tavern?
Back where you came from, there's two or three other taverns down in the southern. This is the one that's the most north, so you have to go back down into the main town and stuff like that.
Oh, well, we might as well just go all the way to the Wicker Goat then.
Sure.
All right. So as you
Sure.
make your way back to the Wicker Goat, and you come in, you hear the welcome as Carl greets you again. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome. Oh yes,
Wow.
Glasstalk and Bryn. Yes, it's good.
Good
Dinner
people.
tonight.
Yeah. No, we
Yes,
just
the
ate.
usual.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're eating. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Glassstock was heading
More.
towards the stairs to go up to
Bryn,
the room, and he's
Bryn
turning
did like
around
not
now.
a
and he's-
pick at her food.
So, Dad. Oh, that's right. There's a letter for you. Yeah. And he goes behind the bar and grabs a note that was left for you. Yeah, some constable came earlier today, dropped it off. And I will drop it in chat as well as say it out loud.
Okay.
And it's nondescript note. And basically when you open it, it says the body of your friend is where you once walked with purpose.
I knew it! I told you! It's in the cabin. It's in the cave. I told you he was going to go into the cave. I told you he's become a brave son of a bitch. Told you.
But it says body. What are you getting so excited about?
Oh.
And how would they know?
Oh. And Bryn looks obviously crestfallen. And would just kind of stand there quietly. And just kind of sit.
Bryn and Glasstalk, give me an intelligence roll, please. So you're a D20 plus your intelligence plus your proficiency.
14.
Dirty 20.
The somberness sets in a little bit. And Bryn, you're looking at this letter written. And then it hits you. That's Avero's writing. You recognize he wrote that letter.
I kind of like would look at Glassstock and be like, and Bryn's kind of like almost trying not to get her hopes up, but she would look at the letter and she would hand it to Glassstock and be like, "Does that handwriting look familiar to you?"
You've got multiple ones to match up.
When did this get dropped off?
About an hour ago.
By who?
Constable. What was his name? Constable White. Constable White Knuckles. That's it. Yeah, Constable White Knuckles.
Did he say where he got it from?
No, he just dropped it off and said to give it to you.
What does he look like? This
human armor. Yeah.
Oh. Huh. Well, it's him. And I think he's trying to tell us something.
Oh.
Something that he's trying to be tongue-in-cheek about it. Something only we would know.
Mm-hmm.
And we do know. Bryn would roll her eyes.
Jay, how late is it?
It's dinner time. You can make it there in about before it gets dark.
I suddenly lost my appetite.
And I have rations. Let's go.
Go.
And you go.
Saul, rain check on the roast.
Okay, sure thing.
Thank you.
Yep.
And we would go.
As you're going.
And we're walking. We're walking with a purpose.
And as you get to the mine,
Mhm.
It looks it looks more boarded up before, but there's definitely some sections that are missing.
Mhm.
So, and it doesn't look as old from what you're used to. And
Right.
as you're making your way in the darkness, you've been here before. Searching around, there's footprints occasionally. And as you're moving a little bit further, you're kind of going around. You see the large open area, the track of where the mine cart would go down, and then you catch a little bit of a glimpse of light from one of the side caves in the back. You didn't explore that area very well,
Mhm.
but you know that it's back there. And as you move closer, it kind of gets off a little bit more. I'm gonna, you know what? Let me throw that map up, because you know what? That map of the mine I still have. It would just be
Wow.
awesome.
Big shock.
Yeah, big
prepared.
shock. Big prepared. So that is a different tunnel. Where are we looking at? Where are the mines? Nope, that's not it. That's not it.
Wow, this is a blast from the past.
Yeah, got from episode 1.
Oh, and there is this wall.
Where? Oh, nope, there it is. That's the one I'm looking for. Okay. So, as you enter into the mine and you're looking around, as you're kind of coming down, there was a little bit of something caught your eye over here. And there seems to be a stone that's kind of covering it that you noticed wasn't there before. But there's a stone that's kind of covering that pathway, as well as this area over here is covered. But there was a little bit of a glimpse of something this way. And as you make your way into this large cavern, are you sneaking or are you moving quickly?
I'd say moving quickly.
Okay. So as you're moving quickly,
But I don't know. Jim, what do you think?
I mean, you're talking to a dwarf with a 12 dex and he's wearing half plate armor.
Yeah,
there is no such thing as sneak.
You're moving quickly into it. And as you get into this large, high cavern, you see a tower made of stone.
Of course we
And
do.
you know exactly it's Avero's tower. Right here. But you also see a bugbear walking in front of the tower on patrol.
He can't get in without Avero letting him in, so Avero could be trapped inside of it.
Or what if Avero summoned him or trained him or melted his mind to guard his tower?
That's a possibility also.
What are you going to do? This thing kind of
I'm gonna
kind of noticing you but not noticing you.
Be like, Blastock, I'm about to do something that I think might be dumb.
Okay, well, it wouldn't be the first time.
Be ready. Thank you. Be ready to save me. And Bryn would go up to kind of where at least she can be heard, and she would be like, "Hey, Avero, if you're in there, let down your air." And she would just shout at the top of the tower.
Yes,
and hope he's in there.
Because yelling in the cavern that's filled with bugbears is the smart thing to do, so that they all know where we are.
I literally just prefaced it with what I was going to do, and so be ready to save me.
No, that's what Glassdock is saying to her.
And the bugbear turns to you. Just stops and turns. With a weapon out. And then you hear, Bryn? Glassoff?
Oh, God.
As you see a figure floating down from the top of the tower in a familiar voice, calling out your names. As you see Avero floating to the ground, standing in front of you. And that is where we're going to end tonight. For our mid-season. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I want to thank Robo and Joshua. I want to thank Jeff, who we came up with this
Oh my
mid-season
god, I'm
finale.
gonna treasure these always.
Thank you so much. We're gonna go around and tell us where can we find you, who you are, all that good stuff. And we are gonna start with Bryn and then Jim.
Wonderful. I am Carrie and I play Bryn, and this was just awesome. And thank you guys so much. Big thank you to Joshua and Robo. You guys are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. This was so fun to have you guys along. And my I'm speechless. Thank you guys for having me as a part of this, kind of all of you. This has been great. This is awesome. You can find me on Monday nights. I'm also on Mini Terrain Domain. We play Candlekeep Mysteries.
Awesome. Thank you, Carrie. Jim.
Yeah. I'm Jim Hawkmere1 on Twitter. Obviously here on Wednesdays. I'm also here on the Emporium of Wayward Gamer on Sundays, playing in our Star Wars Shadowport Adventures game. I I've said this in our Discord chat multiple times that this is by far my favorite campaign that I get to be a part of. And Joshua and George, you guys have just elevated it that much more. So I really appreciate both of you coming on board and hanging out with us and stuff. So
Thank you, Jim. Joshua, thank you for being here. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for being a part of this season. How are you? Where can we find you? All that good stuff.
I am touched. It was an absolute joy to be here and play with y'all. It was just absolutely delightful and wonderful. Thank you. I am JRailTech over on Twitter. I am Gen2 Penguin here on Twitch as well as Hive. Although really on over there, I'm really just following Robo, and I think that's about it. So I really don't do a lot.
Who else is there? Like,
there's a couple other D&D people I might have, but whatever. Like I'm really there because Robo said he was there.
I'm over there, so yeah.
Oh, okay, sweet.
This is awkward.
Yeah, so you can catch me. I play, and you can catch me on Friday nights with Friday Night Phasmo with me and my friends as we get chased by ghosts over on my personal Twitch, Gen2 Penguin. You can catch me here on Thursdays, not tomorrow, but like next week, because half of our group is going to be out for PAX this weekend. But you can catch me on Champions of Eclipsia right here on Imperium for the Wayward Gamer.
Excellent. Thank you so much. It has been awesome for you to be here. Thank you so much for being part of the story. It's like I said, everyone, it has been a joy. So thank you very much, Joshua. Goblin, Robo Goblin, how are you?
It's me, Robo Goblin, and you can find me at TTRP Gifts on Twitch, on Twitter, and on Hive. Honestly, this was an honor. When Jay asked me to be a part of this and to play with all of you, without a doubt, I say yes, please. This was such an amazing experience, and thank you so much for making me feel so welcome. And Joshua, you're amazing, and to know each other before we even played together, that was amazing. And Hawkmere, I love you, man. Harry, honestly, he touched all my heartstrings, and it was so amazing. And thank you so much. And Jay, you were an incredible, amazing DM. Thank you, everybody, for this. And you can find me Friday over at Lonzo Gonzo's channel, where we're gonna play like Vampire. And it's for a good cause, and you just follow me on Twitter and I'll retweet or whatever. But thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Goblin, Robo. I'm Jay, also known as Neofet3 on the socials, on Twitter and on Hive. Same Neofet3 all around. Again, I've said this. I love this game with this group. And I am so glad. I'm very selective on who comes in because I want them. This is one of those. When we started it, it was magic, And everybody that's been able to be a part of this coming in as a guest has made it more magical. So thank you so much for bringing all of your talent and all of your creative ideas and just being part of helping create this world. So I appreciate you both so much and thank you for being a part of it. We are going to, in 2 weeks on the 14th, we are going to be coming back with a casual campaign wrap up. We're going to talk about the first part. We're going to talk about spoilers. Hopefully everyone's going to be able to be here and we're just going to ask questions. We're going to take chat questions and we're just going to talk about all the stuff that may have missed or not missed or all the connections that made. Because Robo, there's quite a few connections. You were like, what the? Which was
Does not
beautiful.
compute.
And as a GM, for me, I love those moments. So thank you for being a part of that. This is the last episode. No, I'm sorry. Like I said, December, we've got 2 more. This Thursday is the important for we're taking a hiatus from Eclipsia. Next Thursday, Champions Eclipsia will be back on the 8th of December. So definitely check them out. And then the 14th will be here. And then the 18th, so we've got 2 more before our holiday season. We've got a lot of stuff coming up later on next year, including a possible Blade Runner, another Star Wars Slug Games one shoot. We're still looking at some other things coming up. A lot of stuff coming in. So keep keep looking at the Twitters. Please follow us if you can. We appreciate any support you can give us. And from there, who are we going to raid tonight? Do we have any suggestions? We got amphitheaters going on.
Yeah, amphitheater.
R&R Production, Altered Echo Archives,
You were about to say
Matic
Emporium for the Wayward
Games.
Gamer.
Yes, I was. Casters and Castles, Rep RPG.
Suggestions?
Go Amphitheater. Amphitheater.
All right.
Yeah, Amphitheater's good.
We'll give some love to Duval. So yeah, check them out. Stay with us. And again, thank you so much, everyone, for being here and being part of this game, being part of here. We appreciate you. And before we go, last but not least, please be kind and don't be a jerk. And we are going to say goodnight and we will see you soon. So take care.
Bye.